Yeah. Say things, words.
Words and things. Words and things. We're testing words and things.
All right.
It may take me a second. I haven't talked to a camera much. I've only been playing cameraman. Today we are going to review the NIMBUS saddle. I've been hunting in it all week, been filming in it. I've spent a lot of time in it. It's a new saddle from Trophyline. We're gonna go over some features, kind of go over what I think the difference is between it and the Venatic saddle. There's some other old saddles, but it's probably most comparable to the Venatic. So we're gonna go over all the features and everything, and I'll show you. We've got a nice little backdrop here with a tree. Kind of tell you what I like about it, the things that I feel like are different, quieter, all that. So, all right, so this is the NIMBUS saddle from Trophyline. It's their newest saddle. The saddle itself, if you order it as is, it does not come with a pocket. So it's gonna come with the steel bridge, but no little pocket thingy. It comes in at $199. The saddle itself weighs like 21 ounces without the steel bridge. With the steel bridge, it comes in at like 22 ounces. So it's fairly light. I wouldn't say it's as light as the Venatic. I haven't checked those numbers, maybe. But well, I think what Trophyline was trying to do with this saddle was to create a more simplistic saddle. They kind of consider this like their all-around go-to. You know, where the Venatic may be, okay, this is the lightest weight saddle on the market, or, you know, this is other aspects that they're appealing to. This is like they're saying, hey, this is a one and done deal. You can, anybody can buy this saddle and be happy with it. One of the other cool things that they have on this thing is the MOLLE webbing horizontal. Yeah, see, no, this would be vertical horizontal. I mean, this right here is your vertical. This will be horizontal this way. So these horizontal clips, which I'm a huge carabiner guy when I'm climbing, especially by myself, carrying a bunch of stuff. Horizontal clips on the side for the MOLLE webbing, absolutely incredible. I would say this saddle, just holding it, it's just really quiet. You know, the Venatic at times, you know, because of the material, at times it may be a little loud. And listen to me, the Venatic's my favorite saddle that I've ever owned. I've only put a little bit of time in this. So far, I'm falling in love with it. So if I am comparing it to the Venatic, it's because it's my two saddles. That being said, it's like a 95% nylon, other 5% I think is spandex, is what it was saying online. And it has kind of got like a rain resistant material. Another thing that they've done with this, it also has these pronounced MOLLE webbings. So if you remember like the Venatic and then some of the older saddles, it was a little bit flatter. So with this more pronounced MOLLE webbing, it's going to clip in on these. So if you're climbing up with one step, or you know, by yourself, the way a lot of times what I'll do it is I'll take it, I'll clip and do like a hero clip in the back, hook my steps on, and as I go, pull a step off. So that's going to make it a little bit easier for clipping your carabiners in. Also, one thing that I've noticed about it is the buckles are way quieter on this one. And we'll go ahead and put it on, and then we'll hit y'all with some B-roll. But as I'm putting it on, the buckles are just, I mean, they're almost silent. Also with this, you're getting a little bit smaller belt than what the Venatic had. But I would say this is about a 1 inch, and I think the Venatic maybe was 1.5 inches. And don't quote me on all the Venatic stats. I'm not real red on those, but it was my favorite saddle, and it's all I've used up until this point. As well, I think the pocket, you'd have to check in and see where the pocket comes in, but it's just going to fold right into this little MOLLE webbing. As far as, this is going straight to personal opinion. As far as personal opinion goes, the saddle itself is a lot quieter than what the Venatic is. I've sat and spent a lot of mornings in it so far. What I will say, the difference between the NIMBUS and the Venatic is this one's going to be a little bit, again, it's going to be quieter. I feel like this is the best looking saddle that Trophyline's ever made. I mean, it just looks so professional. The way that all of the webbing and everything is just tied in, the colors, this is just by far their most aesthetically pleasing saddle that I've seen them made. Also, I would say that I enjoy this one doesn't have a tendency to move on your body as much. And that may be a material thing. I'm not really sure what causes that, but I did notice that. Once you kind of clip this one on, it stays there. We've walked in, me and Trevor hunted on public land this past week, was walked in a long ways, and I can wear the saddle in, and where I cinch it down, it stays. I feel like the butt piece on this is a little bit shorter from, you know, from top to bottom, and so it doesn't have a tendency to ride to the backs of your legs as much, which is really nice. You know, I can't really think, like, as a saddle hunter, you know, what am I looking for? I know a lot of people have complained about hip pinch in a lot of saddles. The way that the bridge attachments work, I feel like I'm not getting as much hip pinch. And I don't know if that's because the saddle is a little bit more narrow or not. But it does seem that it doesn't hip pinch as much. We'll hook up to this tree. The pouch is a 1 cinch, so it's made for a one hand. So I don't know if you remember some of the other pouches, the pocket was kind of flimsy at times, and so you would fight a little bit getting your hand in there and out, and then trying to cinch it down was a little difficult. So what they've made, it seems like this pocket, it's stiffer all the way around. They've taken kind of this, I don't know what you call this. I think it's called Cordova, or I may be butchering that, who knows. Anyways, it's kind of more this more rugged type material. It's made it stiff, so you can reach your hand in there, pull what you want out, and it's not gonna collapse on you. Well guys, this has kind of been the overview of this saddle. I'll hunt the rest of the season in it for sure. You know, my takeaways of it: super soft, super quiet, very simple. I appreciate all of the just small things, like I was saying earlier about just like the little elastic piece, or if you decide to buy the little pouch on the side, the one way to be able to do it with one hand. The hip pinch feels really good in it. It sets, I've sat in it for a very long period of time. It sets very comfortable. Overall, just a very simplistic one saddle and done. No matter what saddles they come out with 10 years from now, you know, if you look back on the saddle world, so many of the saddles have progressed. I mean, the technology's come a long way. You can buy this 10 years from now, you still got a great saddle. You don't have to worry about them inventing, maybe unless they got a saddle that's just automatic and makes you hover or something, you know. But otherwise, it's just a fantastic saddle. Love the color combination, aesthetically pleasing, you know, if that matters to you. Comfort wise, with the material, again, water resistant. I'm not sweating in it. It breathes very well. Just overall, it feels very durable, very well built. It's gonna last you a long time. It'll probably last longer than you're still saddle hunting. For sure me, I'm gonna fall apart way before this thing does. So that's the overview of the NIMBUS saddle from Trophyline. If I was you, I would check on their Black Friday sales. They normally have a pretty good one. And if not, either way, whenever you get it, this is going to be an incredible saddle. Go on trophyline.com to get that. Get your NIMBUS saddle today.